Well, the situation's changed. For the worse, unfortunately. Our gods, Elganar and Gillinane, they've escaped from Fen'Harel's prison. And by all accounts, they want to destroy the world.
Our gods, calm down. They're not my gods. I grew up in Antiva, thank you very much. City slums. If they have an alienage, that's where this bastard grew up. On the docks of Antiva City. His mum was a baker and his dad caught fish for a living. They could barely afford to eat. This bastard. This smelly man right here. The kids, when he was growing up, couldn't decide if he smelled like cookies or like fish bait. This guy. They're not his fucking gods. I don't actually know. I wish that we had fish cookies. I really wanted more details on how city elves were treated in Arlathan. Not Arlathan, this is Arlathan. In Antiva specifically. I really wanted to see, do they have alienages? What's the hierarchy like? Are they treated like the elves are treated in Ferelden, in like Denerim and stuff like that? Like, are they treated like second-class citizens? Are they pretty much treated like servants, like in Orlais? I really wanted to see elven life for city elves in Antiva. It's the one thing that I really fucking wanted, just because I have an Antivan city elf that I play in D&D games, and I need the lore. Having faction-based prologues would have been fantastic. That's what I wanted. I wanted to go back to like origin bases. So like you pick your race and your class, but then you can also pick your starting city. So it would be better than Origins in the sense that, like, if you picked a mage, you're hard locked into the mage tower. Even if you're playing, like, what if you wanted to play like a Dalish mage? You couldn't do the Dalish origin story. If you picked a mage, you were locked into the tower. What I would have really liked would be you pick your race, you pick your class, and then you pick your starting city, and your starting city would be your faction, and then you would have like an origin story based around your faction. So you get like to know your character, you get to know the city. You can build like what if you were a shadow dragon from Minrathous, and then later on, after you've built up this rapport and love and understanding of how Minrathous works in your origin story, then later on when you've got to decide, do I save Minrathous or Tevinter, Minrathous or Treviso, then you'd be like, well, obviously I'm going to save my home because like you're attached to it. It would have been so cool. And then like how in Origins, when you're doing the origin story, how Duncan appears and is like, time to be a Grey Warden now. You could be doing your origin story, and during your origin story you do something kind of like brash and kind of something, and Varric turns up and says, you're it, you're the one, come here. I dub thee Rook. I have a job for you. That would have been so cool. And then after the origin story, so like in Dragon Age Origins, how you do the origin story and then you go to Ostagar, and that's where you meet like people and stuff. If you did your origin story, Varric recruited you. You could like do like a black screen or something, and then do like a passage of time. So like, then do the cutscene where it's like where Varric's saying like we trailed him all over Thedas and we ended up in Minrathous, and then you do the bar scene. But they didn't want to do like a Chosen One story. Like the devs were really adamant that they didn't want to do like a Chosen One story. And I'm like, bitch, please, are you kidding me? This is a Chosen One story. Like, it's very hard not to do a Chosen One story. You can write an origin story for people who are not specifically chosen. Like, just because Varric says, hey, I need you to help me with this, I choose you, go Rook. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's very difficult to do. Like, they didn't want like a magical MacGuffin, and yet they gave them a magical MacGuffin. Like the dagger is a magical MacGuffin. That thing behind me right there. But yeah, I really wish, like, if I could have had anything for the beginning of Veilguard, I really wish we had origins that were set in the cities of your factions, so that I could purely just so that I could go to Treviso and see how elves are treated in Tevinter, that in Antiva. That's what I wanted. It should be a origins length of background. Yeah. Hello, final boss fight. Welcome on in. But yeah, if only EA had given the developers, you know, time to develop, maybe we would have gotten that.
We've handled our
But
share of
alas,
demons. A few dozen
no.
more shouldn't